Good morning, ladies. Happy Friday. I hope this message finds you well. It's Friday. It's the second week of January. We have made it. It is a good one. A lot of stuff done this week. Hopefully you got a lot of stuff done this week. But we are in Bible in a year. All right. New King James Version. I encourage you to, of course, follow along or read the chapters on your own. But we're doing Genesis chapter 25 through 27 today. And there's going to be a lot. So hopefully I don't go too fast. And hopefully you receive the word that you're looking for. This sparks your interest even more to dive into the book of the Lord. So let's begin. Genesis chapter 25 verse 1 goes like this. Abraham again took a wife, and her name was Keturah. And she bore him Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. Jokshan begot Sheba and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Asherim, Letushim, and Leumimim. And the sons of Midian were Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Abida, and Eldah. All these were the children of Keturah. And Abraham gave all that he had to Isaac, but Abraham gave gifts to the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, and while he was still living, he sent them eastward away from Isaac his son to the country of the east. Verse 7. This is the sum of the years of Abraham's life which he lived, 175 years. Then Abraham breathed his last and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. Verse 9. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar the Hittite, the field which Abraham purchased from the sons of Heth. There Abraham was buried, and Sarah his wife. And it came to pass, after the death of Abraham, that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt at Beer-lahai-roi. Verse 12. Now, we're going to start talking about the families of Ishmael and Isaac. Verse 12. Now this is the genealogy of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's maidservant, bore to Abraham. And these were the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their names according to their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebajoth, then Kedar, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadar, Tema, Jator, Naphish, and Kedema. Verse 16. These were the sons of Ishmael, and these were their names. By their towns and their settlements, 12 princes according to their nations. There were the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years, and he breathed his last breath, and he was gathered to his people. Verse 18. They dwelt from Havilah as far as Shur, which is east of Egypt as you go towards Assyria. He died in the presence of all of his brethren. Verse 19. This is the genealogy of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac. Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah as his wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban the Syrian. Now Isaac pleaded with the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord granted his plea, and Rebekah his wife conceived. But the children struggled together within her, and she said, If all is well, why am I like this? So she went to inquire to the Lord. Verse 23. And the Lord said to her, 2 nations are in your womb. 2 people shall be separated from your body. 1 people shall be stronger than the other, and the other shall serve the younger. So when her days were fulfilled for her to give birth, indeed there were twins in her womb. Verse 25. And the first came out red. He was like a hairy garment all over. So they called his name Esau. And after his brother came out, and his hand took of Esau's heel, so his name was called Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when she bore them. So the boys grew up, and Esau was a skillful hunter, a man of the field, but Jacob was a mild man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. So verse 29, we're going to start going into Esau sells his birthright. Now Jacob cooked a stew, and Esau came in from the field, and he was weary. And Esau said to Jacob, Please feed me with that same red stew, for I am weary. Therefore his name was called Edom. But Jacob said, Sell me your birthright as of this day. And Esau said, "Look, I am about to die, so what is this birthright to me?" Then Jacob said, "Swear to me as of this day." So he swore to him, and he sold his brother his birthright to Jacob. Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. And Jacob gave Esau bread and a stew of lentils. Then he ate and drank, arose and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Chapter 26, Genesis, verse 1. There was a famine in the land besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Abimelech, king of the Philistines, in Gerar. Then the Lord appeared to him and said, "Do not go down to Egypt. Live in the land of which I shall tell you. Dwell in this land, and I shall be with you and bless you. For to you and your descendants I give all these lands, and I will perform the oath which I swore to Abraham your father." Verse 4, "And I will make your descendants multiply as the stars of heaven, and I will give to your descendants all these lands, and in your seed all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws." Verse 6, "So Isaac dwelt in Gerar, and the men of the place asked about his wife, and he said, 'She is my sister,' for he was afraid to say, 'She is my wife,' because that's like the second dude that's done this. And I've read in the Bible, like, what? Why are these men telling these people that their wives are their sisters? Like, grow a pair. But anyhow, she is my sister, for he was afraid to say, 'She is my wife,' because he thought, lest the man of the place kill me for Rebekah, because she is beautiful to behold." Verse 8, "Now it came to pass when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked through a window and saw, and there was Isaac, showing endearment to Rebekah, his wife. Then Abimelech called Isaac and said, 'Quite obviously, she is your wife. So how could you say, she is my sister?' Isaac said to him, 'Because I said, lest I die on account for her.'" So let's talk about, you were so worried that you were going to die, except you should have faith that God was going to keep you safe. So he tells his wife is his sister to Abimelech. And Abimelech says, "What is this you have done to us? One of the people might soon have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt on us." Verse 11, "So Abimelech charged all his people, saying, 'He who touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death.' Then Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. The man began to prosper and continued prospering until he became very prosperous." Verse 14, "For he had possessions of flocks and possessions of herds and a great number of servants. So the Philistines envied him. Now the Philistines had stopped up all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father, and they had filled them with earth. And Abimelech said to Isaac, 'Go away from us, for you are much mightier than we.'" Verse 17, "Then Isaac departed from there and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac dug again the wells of the water which they had dug in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them up after the death of Abraham. He called them by the names which his father had called them." Verse 19, "Also Isaac's servants dug in the valley and found a well of running water there. But the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's herdsmen, saying, 'The water is ours.' So he called the name of the well Esek, because they quarreled with him. Then they dug another well, and they quarreled over that one also. So he called its name Sitnah." Verse 22, "And he moved from there and dug another well, and they did not quarrel over it. So he called its name Rehoboth, because he said, 'For now the Lord has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in this land.'" Verse 23, "Then he went up from there to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared to him the same night and said, 'I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not fear, for I am with you. I will bless you and multiply your descendants for my servant Abraham's sake.'" So verse 25, "So he built an altar there and called the name of the Lord, and he pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants dug a well. Then Abimelech came to him in Gerar with Ahuzzath, one of his friends, and Phicol, the commander of his army. And Isaac said to them, 'Why have you come to me, since you hate me and have sent me away from you?' Verse 28, "But they said, 'We have certainly seen that the Lord is with you.' So he said, 'Let there now be an oath between us, between you and us, and let us make the covenant with you, that you will do us no harm, since we have not touched you. And since you have done nothing to you but good, and have sent you away in peace, you are now and blessed of the Lord.'" Verse 30, "So he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. They arose early in the morning and swore an oath with one another, and Isaac sent them away. And they departed from him in peace. Verse 32, it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him about the well which they had dug, and said to him, we have found water. So he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba to this day. When Esau was 40 years old, he took as wives Judith the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Basmath the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and they were a grief of mind to Isaac and Rebekah. Last chapter, Genesis chapter 27. We're going to begin with Isaac blesses Jacob in this passage. Chapter, we are in verse 1. Now it came to pass when Isaac was old and his eyes were so dim that he could not see, that he called Esau his older son and said to him, my son. And he answered, here I am. Then he said, behold now, I am old. I do not know the day of my death. Now, therefore, please take your weapons, your quiver and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt games for me. And make me savory food such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless you before I die. Verse 5, now Rebekah was listening when Isaac spoke to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt game and to bring it. So Rebekah spoke to Jacob her son, saying, indeed, I heard your father speak to Esau your brother, saying, bring me game and make me savory food, that I may eat and bless it in you in the presence of the Lord before my death. Verse 8, now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to what I command you. Go now to the flock and bring me from there 2 choice kids of the goats, and I will make savory food for your father, such as he loves. Then you shall take it to your father, and that he may eat it, and that he may bless you before his death. Verse 11, and Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, look, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth-skinned man. Perhaps my father will feel me, and I shall seem to be a deceiver to him, and I shall bring a curse on myself, and not a blessing. Verse 13, but his mother said to him, let your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my voice, and go, get them for me. And he went and got them, and brought them to his mother, and his mother made savory food such as his father loved. Verse 15, then Rebekah took the choice clothes of her elder son Esau, which were in the house, and put them on Jacob her younger son. And she put the skin of the kids of the goats on his hands and on the smooth part of his neck. Then she gave the savory food and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. So he went to his father and said, my father. He said, here I am. Who are you, my son? Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done just as you told me. Please arise, sit and eat of my game, that your soul may bless me. In verse 20, but Isaac said to his son, how is it that you have found it so quickly, my son? And he said, because the Lord your God brought it to me. Verse 21, Isaac said to Jacob, please come near me, that I may feel you, my son, whether you are really my son Esau or not. So Jacob went near to Isaac, his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. Verse 23, and he did not recognize him, because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's hands, so he blessed him. Then he said, are you really my son Esau? He said, I am. Verse 25, so he said, bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's game, so that my soul may bless you. So he brought it near to him, and he ate, and he brought him wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, come near now and kiss me, my son. Verse 27, and he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his clothing, and blessed him, and said, surely the smell of my son is like the smell of a field which the Lord has blessed. Therefore may God give you of the dew of heaven, of the fatness of earth, and plenty of grain and wine. Let peoples serve you, and the nations bow down to you. Be master over your brethren, and let your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be those who bless you. Verse 30, now it happened as soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, and Jacob had scarcely gone out from the presence of Isaac's fathers, that Esau, his brother, came in from his hunting. He also had made savory food and brought it to his father, and said to his father, let my father arise and eat his son's game, that your soul may bless me. Excuse me. Shh. Shh. Sorry, my kids are on. I'm getting ready for school. Verse 32, and his father Isaac said to him, who are you? So he said, I am your son, your firstborn Esau. Verse 33, then Isaac trembled exceedingly and said, who? Where is the one who hunted game and brought it to me? I ate all of it before you came. I have blessed him, and he shall be blessed. Verse 34, when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with an exceedingly great and bitter cry and said to his father, bless me also, O my father. But he said, your brother came with deceit and has taken away your blessing. Verse 36, and Esau said, is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has supplemented me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and now look, he has taken away my blessing. And he said, have you not reserved a blessing for me? Verse 37, then Isaac answered and said to Esau, indeed, I have made him your master, and all his brethren I have given to him as servants. With grain and wine I have sustained him. What shall I do for you now, my son? And Esau said to his father, have you only one blessing, my father? Bless me. Me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Then Isaac his father answered and said to him, behold, your dwelling shall be of the fatness of earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. By your sword you shall live, and you shall serve your brother. It shall come to pass, when you become restless, that you shall break his yoke from your neck. Verse 41, so Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing which his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning my father are at hand. Then I will kill my brother Jacob. Verse 42, and the words of Esau, her older son, were told to Rebekah. So she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said to him, surely your brother Esau comforts himself concerning you by intending to kill you. Verse 43, now therefore, my son, obey my voice, arise, flee to my brother Laban in Haran, and stay with him a few days until your brother's fury turns away, until your brother's anger turns away from you, and he forgets what you have done to him. Then I will send and bring you from there. Why should I be bereaved also of you both in one day? Verse 46, and Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob takes a wife of the daughters of Heth, like those who are the daughters of the land, what good will my life be to me? Poor Esau. That's it, ladies. Genesis chapter 25 through 27 down for the count. I pray that you dwell in it, dive in it, read for yourself as well, and see if you can get any nuggets of revelation that you need going on in your life. Have an amazing day. I gotta get moving. Let's do the dang thing today. Talk to you soon. Bye.